I bear scars you don't care to see. They're not in clear view, but they're so dear to me. And those are scars I would not remove. For that I have loved and lost, they are my proof. And if we go out dancing tonight.
Welcome back to Cuppa TV, and delighted to say I'm here with Miss Emma Langford. Emma, how are you doing?
Good, I'm absolutely devastated. I don't currently have a cup of tea in my hand. I feel like it's false advertising.
We're going to get there. We're going to walk over to a tea shop, coffee shop soon, so you wait for that.
Signed up for this just for the tea.
Signs are made and signs are misread, and I'm sorry, my boy, but I have been here before, and you bear the markings of a boy I could adore. And I will only break your heart and turn, and that is sure. So if we're dancing, I'm best left ignored.
Just to let everyone know at home, we're filming on the banks of the River Shannon in Limerick City, and we've got beautiful scenery over there, King John's Castle, and obviously the water as well. Anyway, Emma, you're from Limerick.
I am.
Yeah, what part of Limerick?
I'm from Cardiff.
Okay.
So almost Clare. I get accused of being from Clare a lot.
Up
but
the
I'm
banner.
from Limerick. Get out of that. I'm from Limerick, yes. I've been here all my life, bar a few kind of excursions elsewhere. But
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. So in terms of your music, let's say, when did you first pick up a guitar?
First picked up the guitar when I was in my junior cert,
Oh,
and I was meant to be studying for my junior cert, and instead I decided now is the time that I want to learn to play the guitar. My mother had been kind of pushing me to learn from when I was a kid, and then around about the time of the junior cert I just decided now is the best time to procrastinate and learn to play. Yeah.
Cool. Was there music in your family?
Yeah, well, Mum's a guitarist. Dad actually started out as a guitarist as well, and then the romantic version of the story is that Mum's guitar got broken or stolen, and then Dad gave his guitar to her, and she's taken up the mantle now of the guitarist. So yeah,
very cool.
Very sweet.
And what was the first song maybe that you learned on the guitar?
First song that I learned, Mom taught me A Horse With No Name. It's a brilliant 2-chord song, great tune. And then I taught myself Other Side of the World by Katie Tunstall. So that's kind of the one that stuck with me.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Deadly. So in terms of your own music, a couple of fans there, was it? In terms of your own music, say, who were the people that influenced you? What artists?
Started out with the Beatles. Kind of really wanted to. I adored all of their music, and then, I mean, more recently, you'd have kind of current Irish artists like Wallace Bird and Declan O'Rourke are huge influences for me, and then people in my life like Kathleen Turner, who's my course director. She was my gospel teacher in my undergrad, and she's a brilliant musician herself, so she kind of really influenced what I'm doing as well.
Cool.
And there's everything, absolutely everyone and everything inspires me. I'm basically just a massive copycat.
So you have an EP out?
I do.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that maybe?
Sure.
When it was released and stuff?
It was released in June last year. It was crowdfunded, thanks to my amazing fans.
Legends.
And mostly very patient friends. I released it in June. I launched it in Dolan's, and it's 6 tracks, and it's a really exciting mix of different stuff. But most of all, it's a really great kind of a time capsule for me of like where I was at musically at the time. And now I'm moving forward, and I'm arranging things differently, and I'm doing things differently. So it's really interesting to have that as kind of like a moment in time.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We're in February now, in
Yes,
2017.
we are.
But in
Very
December,
clearly.
yeah, sunny weather,
Yeah, gorgeous.
But at Christmas, you did a crooning at Christmas.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was a very, very cool thing. When did you start doing that? And maybe talk a little bit about that.
I started doing that. Oh gosh, that's I suppose 4 years ago now. This will be my 4th year doing it, and it's brilliant crack. It's great working with Liam, and he has this beautiful band of musicians. One of whom is Peter Hannigan, who plays bass with me usually, and it's just. You know what, it's like, aside from it being like lovely and festive and brilliant fun going around singing the Christmas songs, it's great like seeing the venues around the country and meeting people from other counties, doing something really different, kind of really showing your chops kind of in terms of what you can do musically in different genres, and I think it's just a fabulous experience. And then this year I wrote my own Christmas song as well, which I put into the show, and that was lovely. And I had like Dora Gola, who's a fabulous local musician, and Jessica Bray, who's actually from Shannon, or she's in Shannon anyway, based out there. She was in the show this year as well. So the 3 of us sang my own Christmas song this year.
Nice.
And all going well. I've been in talks with some brilliant musicians locally, and we're going to record that as a charity single at the end of this year, so that should be nice.
What's it like having other musicians play your song?
Mad. It's gorgeous. I mean, it's so nice. It feels like a little army of kind of people that all kind of want to tell your story, so that's nice.
Cool.
It's still very surreal for me to have people who aren't me playing my songs, or people who aren't me liking my songs, so it's quite nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Deadly. Okay, so are you ready for that cup of tea?
I am more than ready.
I'm actually getting kind of cold, so let's go get a cup of tea. Cool.
Right.
Let's go. So we're about to go in and get our cup of tea, but a couple of more minutes out in the cold and we'll be grand. So you've got a couple of dates coming up in the UK.
I do, yeah.
So that's very exciting now.
It is very exciting.
Really cool, yeah.
Yes, I can't wait.
So where are you playing and
I'm
when?
heading to playing in Bristol first, in the Salt Cafe. So it's myself, a chap called Tom Mitchell, a girl called Sarah Proudfoot, and a band called Nick's Daughter, and it's the best of folk kind of thing. So it's
Jazz hands and all.
Yeah, it should be fun. I've never played in the UK before, so that should be good crack. And that's in the
good.
Salt Cafe, the 31st of March, and then the 1st of April Fool's Day, I'll be in London in the Luna Lounge, which is the home of live music.
Love it.
That'll be great. And I've got a load of family in London and some random friends who I did not realise are in Bristol, so they're going to be coming along, so that'll be nice.
You might have a little crew going over with you too, will you?
Maybe, yeah. I think my mum and dad are actually my biggest fans. My mum and dad are looking at actually coming to England with me to see me playing in London, which is hilarious.
That's magic.
So yeah, that should be nice.
And you're involved with a project called a Limerick Lady as well.
I am, yeah.
Talk to us about that a little bit.
So I suppose the Limerick Lady really is a platform for female artists. So I started it around the same time as my EP launch last year in June. And it started off as a one-night event in the Milk Market, the Limerick Milk Market, which is a deadly venue. Mm-hmm. They gave us the use of the upstairs, the mezzanine dining area, and we had an evening of performance, dance, poetry, music, and it was all by female artists. So it was just to kind of showcase the diversity and the range and the talent available in female artistry. I mean, I was kind of looking at the festival lineups around the country and around the world, and it was so male dominated. Like, you did not see more than maybe 1 or 2 female names in the big blocky capitals up at the top of the posters, and that just blew my mind because there's such a huge number of female artists. I didn't understand why that ratio was so bizarre. So I just kind of wanted to set up something, especially locally, that gave like female artists a chance to do something to show their local community what they can do. And I brought artists from Dublin and Galway and stuff as well to kind of show what's available around the country. So that's evolved now, and it's becoming kind of a platform for women in every industry to talk about what they do and to kind of address the gender parity in various industries. And I'm hoping to evolve it even further into an event. Like, I hope that it's not going to be needed for forever. I hope that a festival like that is no longer necessary in 10 years' time. And then it evolves into a festival whereby it's just showing what you can do when you have male performers and female performers on equal standing, 50-50, and it doesn't affect the success of a festival to have that, you know.
Yeah.
So we've got a brilliant event coming up for Women's Day in Chez Le Fab, actually, which is the 8th of March.
Which is right here?
Just here,
Yeah,
right
Chez Le
here. So the 8th of March is International Women's Day, and LesleyAnne and I are collaborating on an event that will bring women from various industries together to talk about what they do and how they got to where they are, and whether being a female in their industry caused any problems or whether they faced any obstacles, and just to kind of really show the array of industries women can go into and be successful in, that it's not limited to female specific industries, you know, that there is no such thing.
Yeah.
So just to kind of give that opportunity to loads of women locally to talk to each other and find out what they do and work together.
Fair play. It's like a big awareness campaign.
Kind
really,
of,
isn't it?
yeah. I mean, you know, the International Women's Day slogan this year is "Be bold for change." So it's basically people doing big things, making statements, being bold with their statements, and doing all that with the view to making a change to the kind of gender ratio at the moment in different industries. So hopefully the Limerick lady can make a stamp on that as well. So that'd be cool.
Deadly. That and your music, you're a very busy woman.
I am, yes.
So we might have a chat about that when we go inside and get that cup of tea. How's that
Sounds
sound?
good.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. Come on, let's go.
They are my proof. And if we go out dancing tonight, I want you to know that it's alright. You can dance with whoever you want to. It's fine. I am not yours and you are not mine.
Here we are with our cup of tea.
Here we are with a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Well,
Was it what we're waiting for?
I had coffee.
Cheater.
Sneaky.
Cheater. So yeah, we were saying how busy you are.
Yes. Very busy and very important.
Studies, gigging,
Yeah,
EP,
yeah.
acting,
A bit here and there, yeah. Why not?
crooning,
Crooning.
yeah.
Social activism.
How do you do it?
I don't sleep.
Okay. Yeah,
I only eat through an intravenous drip, and I can time travel.
oh,
Yeah,
you haven't told me that before.
I did. You just don't know it.
I like it.
There you go. I have a really good support network. You know, my boyfriend is fantastically patient and supportive, and he's a wonderful chauffeur, as are my parents. My friends are all really supportive. Local kind of places like Chez Le Fab and Dolan's and the Milk Market all kind of make these things happen, really. And I just happen to be floating around in the background, kind of being like, oh, maybe I could do this, actually. How about this? So, yeah, I really put it down to the people who I surround myself with.
Cool. And you mentioned the Milk Market there.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know what that is, do you want to just say a little
How don't you know what that
things
is?
about it? Yeah.
The Milk Market is brilliant. It's a gorgeous venue. So Dolan's use it for like massive gigs, and then also they put on kind of smaller gigs with choirs. They put on competitions there, and it's of course a market as well. It's Ireland's biggest sheltered market, I think. I'll probably get in trouble with some other market now for saying that, but that's, from my perspective, in my heart, it's the only market that matters. So they have local craftspeople and local fruit and veg people selling their wares at the market, and it's just, there's a gorgeous buzz there. They have buskers, and they hire in musicians on Sundays, and they do all kinds of mad stuff, and it's just a lovely vibe there. It's kind of, I mean, it really is the heart of the city on some days of the week, where everyone just migrates that direction. They get their groceries, they listen to some music, they have a coffee, maybe a crepe. It's just beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just so everyone at home knows, we're in Chez Le Fab,
Yes.
and there is barking going on in the background. it's because Chez Le Fab is a dog-friendly cafe. So just so you know.
We don't just have some very strange customers in the background.
Yeah.
It's my favourite place because it's got dogs.
It's a great spot.
Yeah.
So I was in the market this morning, just having a look around, and it's Sunday today, and there's a few people knocking around, and like upstairs there's a yoga class going on as well.
Yeah.
And it's just got so much going on.
Oh jeez, they've got so much going on there. Like there's so many little kind of nooks in Limerick that are like that, where you just see stuff happening. We make the most of, like, creatively make the most of spaces, and artists are really supported that way. Like artists and practitioners of everything are really supported because they've got so many facilities in the city that are just available to be used. It's great.
And keep bringing in kind of the big acts too, like Aslan and playing in March in there and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
we've had Little Green Cars, they've had the Beautiful South, like massive names. Yeah, just kind of, and the fact that they're using the milk market for that now is it's so innovative, and it's such a clever use of that space because the acoustic there is great and you fit so many people. It's deadly, like.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So see, in terms of your songwriting, go back to your own music.
The big question.
Yeah, your own songwriting.
Yeah.
Do you have a set process, or is
Eugene
it
behind the camera
strikes?
was just asking me this a second ago actually, and it's totally different every single time. So I might write down, I might have like just an idea for a story I want to tell and write the poem of it, and then I'll kind of figure out from that poem kind of what section would be the refrain, what section might be the chorus, and I'll break it down that way, and then I'll kind of come up with a melody almost, I mean I want to say organically, but I've got a certain degree of influence going on there where I'm hearing things in my day that make me want to write a certain kind of melody. Or on the flip side, I might be playing around in open tuning on the guitar and come up with a melody and then just slot words in where it matters. So like my priority is always storytelling. So first and foremost, I come up with what story I want to tell, and then beyond that, the music, I wouldn't want to say is secondary, but it comes second. So in terms of chronologically, typically speaking.
So you're saying it kind of starts as a poem, let's say.
Oftentimes, yeah, I'll write down.
Does it ever stay as a poem?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I'll write lyrics and I'll kind of go, there's no way this is actually any way good enough, or not good enough, but there's no way this would work as a song. Like, yeah. So I have reams and reams of just poems and prose just written down in diaries around the place, and just kind of ideas I'd love to play with. Maybe down the line I'll be inspired by something else and I'll find that again and I'll go back to it, but oftentimes, yeah, they'll just stay as poems.
Yeah. It's funny you said that because when I listen to some of your songs, there's one line that stood out for me in one of your songs was, what good is a navigation when every day is a revelation?
Yeah.
I think that's a really good line. Like, it goes back to the writing side of it.
Yeah.
Like, that stood out for me first of all about that song, and then the rest kind of grew on me then. So the songs are full of that kind of.
Yeah, well, that song in particular was really kind of a mantra, a series of mantras that I was kind of giving to myself in a way. So every time I play that song, it's like a really nice reminder of why you're doing what you're doing, and a reminder that your best right now is good enough for now, and kind of that kind of thing, you know. So I wrote it on the way out of a relationship, and on my way out of college, and on my way out of a different phase of my life, and so that song is a really good reminder for me of I think it's all you want. Every time I sing it, it's kind of me telling myself it's all right to be where you're at, be where you are, accept it, be aware that you can do better, and kind of keep going.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great advice.
That's so wise.
Is there a favourite song, not even your own song, but that you like to play, you enjoy playing? It can be your own song too. If there's one you like.
My songs are pretty great. Favourite song that I like to play? There's so many. I love singing Eva Cassidy's version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, because it's partly ego, because I sing it well, and I have a very strong recollection of actually your neck of the woods in Shannon, playing that in the bar, and the place just felt quiet, and you know yourself, in that bar, it's hard enough to get them to hush up, and they all just stopped, and then it was one of those X Factor moments where at the last note they kind of all gave me this huge round of applause. So I got a really nice memory of that. Cool. But it's a beautiful song, and it's such escapism in song form. Like singing it, you can just disappear off into where they were when they were writing it. You know, that dream of being somewhere where there's no trouble, where everyone's happy, where the rain doesn't taste like chemicals. You know, that'd be nice.
So in terms of your own songs then, was the one that was easy to write, that came naturally within 5-10 minutes?
Tug of War would be that one, yeah. Okay. Tug of War I wrote actually February last year. and it's the one that launched me into kind of where I'm at now. Because before that I was gigging for like 2 years and I was just kind of arsing around and doing my thing, but I wasn't taking it too seriously. And then I put Tug of War out there and it went mad. It went all over the internet. People loved it. And I wrote that. I was going through a fairly shite time. I was just in terms of that kind of day in particular, I wasn't feeling great and didn't feel up to much. And I went for a shower and I was, there's that electric hum on the shower kind of. I could hear that going in my head and I had words going through my mind of how I was feeling, so I just started singing the words that I was feeling along with the hum of the shower, and then a song just kind of evolved from there. Oh. And that happened in the space of about half an hour, and I wrote it down because I knew it was special. I knew something was happening with it, so I wrote it down, recorded it there and then in my sister's bedroom. The lights were gone, so it looks like I've got mood lighting, but it's just that the bulb is blown in the room. And there's a lamp. Yeah, there's a lamp pointed at me, and recorded it, put it out there. It was my first time putting out a song, and I was like, this is really something. Like this could mean something to people. So I sent it to as many people as I could, and it just went mad.
So did you give credit to the shower?
Of course, yeah. Okay. Written by me and the shower, yeah.
Good.
It's a co-write.
Gotta keep you honest then. So around this time last year, there was an article written. I think you said yourself on your Facebook that it kind of helped you progress.
Well, it was that song. It was that song, yeah. I have Jason Kennedy, who went to the University of Limerick. He's a few years ahead of me, and he's working for the Independent. And he kind of vanished off the scene. We hadn't spoken in a while, and then he saw this song, and I posted, and I very honestly said, look, this is about me dealing with anxiety. I've since kind of decided the song is about me dealing with being a human, because nothing I'm talking about in the song is anything that everyone doesn't deal with on a day-to-day basis. It's just that self-doubt, especially as an artist. But he saw this song and he kind of recognised something in it, and a lot of people saw that, and he just said, look, can I put this out there for the world to see? Do you mind if I share this, write an article about it? So he did that. That went mad. My Facebook page likes went up by like 1,000, and I was suddenly recognised locally by people as a musician. And like, I don't believe in viral fame, and I don't believe any of that. I think everyone finds meets their own path to where they want to be. But that moment gave me a feeling that, okay, I am a musician. This is what I do. People are recognizing this now. People are acknowledging my songwriting and my voice and my guitar playing, and my honesty. And those are all things that are really important to me. So when that song went out there and people started recognizing all those things, I kind of went, okay, maybe I should start seeing this in myself. So I just started putting myself out there. My boyfriend told me to create an EP, so I crowdfunded that and people actually supported it, so that was incredible. And now I'm playing venues that I could only have dreamed of and doing work that I watched other people doing and kind of went, wow, how did they get there? So that's really cool.
Go you, Emma Langford.
Thanks.
Fair play to you.
Cheers.
So I think we've chatted.
Yes.
Would you play a song for us?
Yes, absolutely.
Lovely stuff. What's the song called?
I think I'll play that song. I think I'll play All You Want.
Lovely. Yeah.
My voice is up to it.
Cool. So thank you, Emma, for talking to me today.
Thank you.
And until next time, chill, chat and tunes, and we have All You Want from Emma Langford.
There is nothing stunning about me. No illusions or delusions for the world to see. Voice like velvet floating to the floor. Make it a dress when I care less no more. You say we may not be perfect, but in good time we'll work it out. You should get a job, marry, do it all in the right time. Waltz in circles before walking the line. Is this all you want? Is this all you need? Is this all you need? I have no GPS rest, no plans for this life, no sense of direction and no sense of time. What good is navigation when every day is a revelation? This head might be crazy, but at least it's mine. And that's all you want, that's all you need is this. All you want is this. All you need. And now's the time to redefine the things you thought you knew. Flirt outright with the wrong guy, be the one to tie his tie. Wish on passing cars, laugh at shooting stars. Just be stupid sometimes, get burnt in the summertime. If that's all you want, that's all you need is this. All you want is this. All you need is this. All you want is this. All you